Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Going to be here for the next 30 minutes to discuss all things hardware. I mean, this is what it's all about today, and I have some exciting new stuff that has started coming in from a couple of shows ago, and I want to tell you all about them. Plus, we have some standards that I found out some new things about. So it's going to be exciting. But first of all, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. If you want to call the store, if you have a question while I'm on the air or even afterwards, the number is 210-341-1573. The store will be open till 6:30 today and tomorrow 11 to 5. We also have a great website. Hey Karen, how are you? And I'm saying hi to Karen because she's watching on Facebook right now. So if you want to go back later and see all the products that I'm going to talk about because I show them on Facebook, then you can go back. You can find us on YouTube. It just is Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Or you can go to our website, which is happyhandyman.com, and the show will be out there also. And that way you can kind of see it and then go to the website and get some more information on it. All right, first of all, I have a question that someone wrote in to me this last week, and it's a great question, and a lot of people, they get frustrated with this, and I want to tell you about a product that can kind of help alleviate the frustration. She has a crack along the ceiling that follows her vaulted ceiling, okay? So that's a pretty strong stress level, especially since we have had all this hot weather, dry, wet, dry, and then it just causes our foundation to flex. Now, don't get confused and worry that if you see a crack in the house, that means that your foundation is failing. No, not at all. Here in San Antonio, hi Jean, how are you? Welcome to Facebook. It just means that the ground is moving a little bit, and like I say, in San Antonio, we make our foundations to flex and move and not crack. But unfortunately, on the inside of the house, the sheetrock and stuff, that doesn't flex too much. And so what do you do when you do get a crack and you fix it, and then a couple of months later you look up there, you're watching TV, and lo and behold, that crack is back again, and you think, geez, I don't want to call the painter again. Well, you can do it yourself, or you can make sure that your painter uses a product to fill in that crack instead of just regular spackling. You want to use something that has a flexible part to it, and that is called Alex Flex. We used to have a product called Goodbye Cracks. I loved that product. I liked the name. I never forgot the name. And it was a spray adhesive that you would spray over the crack and it would move. Well, they discontinued that and they brought in this product called Alex Flex, which eliminates recurring cracks on the ceiling or in the walls. Usually you get cracks in the same places, most people do, around the doorways, around the ceiling, things like that, where you get stress points. And so it comes in a little quart, and you just scoop it out with a putty knife, fill in the crack. If it's more than about 1/8 of an inch, put on one coat, let that dry, put on another coat. And then you're ready to paint. Let it dry and you're ready to paint, and you will not have a recurring crack in that area. Remember, it's called Alex Flex, and you should be able to find it in the paint department. That's where ours is. And speaking of paint, I want to tell you about a paint that is new from Benjamin Moore, and it's called Command. And it only comes in gallons, and so I have to lift it up and use all my muscles here. It's called Command, made by Ben Moore. And so what is special about this paint? it's a waterborne, okay, so that means it's latex, okay? It's latex acrylic urethane. So when you talk about urethanes, you're talking about something that's a whole lot stronger. You can put it on several different substrates. So that means different kinds of mediums. So it gives you a durable, single component, multi-substrate solution. So what does that mean? It's super durable and it can go on just about anything. It can go on galvanized steel. It can go on metal. So like if you have handrails around stairs and on the inside or on the outside, and this is both interior and exterior, okay? It goes on there, and it's also self-priming. Okay, so what does that mean, self-priming? It means that you can just go over it as is. If you have any kind of flaking, of course you want to take that off because you want your finish to look good. And if you think maybe you should just lightly scuff sand, you then take off all the dust and then you're ready to paint. And this is what's so special about this paint. It, on a vertical surface, it's ready to, they call it ready to be serviced, okay? So you can touch it, anything like that. You can walk on it in 1 hour. 1 hour. So vertical surfaces, so that means walls, doors. I mean, this to me, it really lends itself to a lot of businesses. So if you have a business and you need this, your business, you're open all the time like we are here, but you need to paint some doors on the bathroom. You need to paint some doors that go to the warehouse. If you're at home and you have a painted front door, do you want to wait hours while someone paints that door? Or a lot of times people come in and put just a plain old slab door up while they finish your door. Well, you don't have to with this new paint by Benjamin Moore called Command. Horizontal surfaces can handle foot traffic. So that means if you like to paint your steps, your patio, that could be wood patio, it could be concrete patio, you're ready to walk on it in 24 hours. That's pretty much unheard of. So if you have a business and you have stairways going up to your business, just do half of it and let that dry and then move to the other side, and then people can walk up and you don't have to close the front of your business. It's really great for warehouses and things like that. You could use it on the inside of your house. You could use it on your garage, okay? Now you do have to be careful, like in the garage, if you've got oil stains on it, it's not going to cover that up. But as long as you take care of all that and you have a nice clean surface, this Command made by Ben Moore could go right down. It has great adhesion. So it goes over metal, plastics, laminates, masonry, concrete, almost anything. And get this, you clean up with soap and water. So it acts like an oil, but it cleans up like soap and water. It makes your life so much easier. It comes in every base that you would want. And a lot of people say, what is a coat? So it comes in a 1X, a 2X, a 3X, a 4X. So what those 1, 2, 3, and 4 X's mean is like the 4X, that's for all your deep, deep colors, navy blues, blacks, because they leave you enough room in the paint can to add a lot of color in. A 1X is going to be your whites, your light beiges, your light pinks, some blues. Then you get 2X, 3X, and those are your darker colors. So this is what's nice, because sometimes when they make specialty paints, you can't just make any color. You have to, it might just all be light colors. But this new Benjamin Moore paint called Command is, and you can do any color. It's really a nice paint. And so another couple of things, like if you're having some painting done around the house, there are a couple treatments that you can add to your paint, and you can just put it in like whenever you're buying your paint. Just say, hey, whoever your paint guy is here, it's Scott Ward. He will be happy to put in an additive in your paint while he's shaking it up. They have two. They're made by M1, and I have been around so long that I can remember when M1 was a family-owned business. In fact, he came into our stores. He was wonderful to work with. They used to make a wallpaper remover, and they don't make it anymore, but it was the best. Anyway, they still make an insecticide. You can put it in there, and then if bugs come in contact to the wall paint or wherever you paint, it kills them. They won't stay there. It's kind of nice. And then they also make a mildew treatment additive. So like in the bathrooms, if you wanted to do that, that would help not get any kind of mildew in the corners of your walls and stuff like that, even if you don't have a lot of ventilation. Now, another couple of things that are great for paint, okay, is two products. One's called Floetrol and one's called Penetrol. Floetrol is for latex paints, and it helps extend them, gives you, you know, it's so hot outside sometimes, and when people are trying to paint, the paint almost dries before you are able to get up the next coat, and that's not good. It drags and it leaves brush marks and stuff like that. So they make additives that you can add to your paint. It's not going to change the color of the paint. It's not going to change the formula of the paint. It's going to make painting a whole lot easier. And one, if you're doing latex paint, it's called Floetrol, okay? And if you're using an oil base outside, like for your trim work and stuff like that, you want to use Penetrol. They're great additives to use. You see a lot of professionals use it all the time. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is 2 miles north of Loop 410. The store is going to be open today till 6:30, and the phone number here is 210-341-1573. All right, I want to tell you about something called a spray grip. A spray grip is this handle that you can put, that I just always thought, I never even gave it a second thought. There you go. It goes on spray paint. So you can spray, use a spray paint much easier, because spray paints look a whole lot nicer when you can give a wide swipe to them. So in other words, you start spraying before you actually get to your project, and then quit spraying on the other side. It gives you a nice finish. So I was looking on the back of it, trying to glean some extra information that I could share with my friends here. And then it tells me you can put it on insecticides. Insecticides? Are you kidding me? And then, I mean, how many times does your hand get tired of holding the bug spray? Like in clobber, all right? I spray my whole house with clobber, and it's got the same kind of little spray nozzle as a spray can, and it never hit me that I could use a spray gun nozzle like you normally use for spray paint on your insecticides. And now, my friends, you know that too. So it'll make it so much easier, not only to spray paint, but also to get rid of bugs. All right, and now you know. So these are always like in the paint department. So the next time you go to have to get a spray can of something, whether it's spray paint, or an insecticide, they also listed something else, craft sprays, anything that's got a spray thing on it. Use one of these. This is going to be great. I'm buying one today. All right, how many of y'all have seen advertised this new product from Ortho called Home Defense Max Insect Barrier, okay? And it lasts for 365 days. 365 days? I mean, at first I thought, okay, we have stuff that lasts for 90 days. Why would you want, I mean, except it would be so easy. What if you had a rental property? You could go in and you could spray the house before any tenants come in. This stuff dries fast. It has zippity-doo-dah fumes. It takes, usually clobber dries in like less than 20 minutes. So the new home defense, it dries, it says up to 30% faster. So I would say it dries in at least 15 minutes. And as soon as these insecticides are dry, they're safe around children and pets. Okay, it's just when they're wet. And it kills all kind of household bugs. So roaches, it probably will not, no it would take care of scorpions, ants, spiders, anything like that. And I would say this would be a perfect product for your rental homes, your vacation homes that you don't get back to all the time. Maybe when you close up your home for the summer, you spray it all, and then when you come back about 6 months later, your house is going to still be bug free. You're not going to see anything crawling all over the place. This is one of the neatest things that I have seen in a long time. I like Ortho. They make a great product line. They make also a product that's great for termites for the outside of the house, and it really does a good job. And so, and it also comes with this neat handheld sprayer that's battery operated. So, and it's got an extended reach on it. And so you can get behind things. So behind the stove, behind the refrigerator. It's just a really, really good idea, and it's not that expensive. And so you could spray the house and be done with it for a year, an absolute year. Now, but I'll tell you, at my house, I use clobber. It's good for 90 days. I can go through and spray my house, and the next time I do, I'm going to use my spray grip, okay, to do it. And I just go all along the baseboards, and I don't even spray inside my pantry. I just spray the general perimeter of the house. And then on the inside of my garage, I use VS 102 because VS 102 is oil-based, and I don't want to use an oil base inside the house. So I use it outside in the garage. You have to use it where it's covered. So like if you have a patio, and as long as it's covered, then you could use the VS 102, okay? On the inside, use clobber, okay? It says 60 days on it, but I get a full 90 days residual on this. And on the front of it, it says lice, dust mites, and bed bugs. But that's not really what it does a good job at. It's a multi-purpose insect spray. And when you read the back of it, it's all the things that we have problems with. Roaches, ants, scorpions. This is great for scorpions. And it does have a knockdown effect. So a lot of these things that last for 60, 90 days, they really don't have a knockdown effect. But clobber does. And it's made right here in Texas, which I love. Okay? All right, now one more thing. How many of you, and then we'll quit talking about bugs. How many of you are having problems with flies outside? I do, okay? I'm having problems with mosquitoes, but I pretty much keep my mosquitoes under control. But flies drive me nuts. So if I'm trying to sit outside, have a glass of wine, and by the spa and stuff like that, and I can't even leave the top of my wine glass open. I have to completely cover it. And I do not like, we carry them because people want them, those fly traps that smell horrible, okay? Horrible. But I found this one that's made by Rescue. Has no smell at all. It's a sticky thing, and when I say sticky, let me tell you, when I put mine together and put it outside, sticky doesn't even get close to. Just be real careful when you're putting this thing together, because if you get attached to it, you're attached to it. But it's not bad looking. It's turquoise, and it's not ugly, and it doesn't stink. And if you're having problems with flies, I'm having problems with my mouth. this is it. I would use this, hands down, over those stinky things. All right, let me tell you some new things that have come in to the gift shop, and I love, 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 love them because they're recyclable. They're called the Blue Collection, and because they're made out of water bottles, and they consist of dish towels that are so thin. When you roll them up, they take up little to no space in your kitchen. Oh, we're spraying all kinds of good stuff. Okay, in the drawers and stuff like that. And so I immediately thought of people that have RVs and stuff, and you don't have a lot of room in an RV. These are so great, and they will hold so much moisture, like if you're drying dishes and stuff like that. Well, they also have little bags that are made out of water bottles. They have cocktail napkins that are washable. Okay, I thought this was great. And those are also made out of water bottles. And then they also have what they call reusable, an alternative to paper towels. Okay, so they're those wash things that you can use, and then you can stick them in the washing machine and let them dry. You can also stick them in the dishwasher and let them dry. And they're in our kitchen aisle, and they're very reasonably priced, and they're beautiful too. And you're saving the planet. All right. I had another question, and I wanted to get to that. A gentleman wrote to me, and he said that what would be the answer? He has some cabinets where the kids have kind of hung on the doors, and since they've done that, then the screw holes where the screws are going in have kind of gotten big, and the screw doesn't hold as well. Was my suggestion to get a bigger screw, a larger diameter screw, or what did I suggest? I want to tell you, we've had these for quite a little while. They're called Screw It Again, and they are a tapered wood anchor, and they kind of look like a long pyramid, and you can use them once and break them off, and use another part of them and break them off, because they're about 1.5 inches long, and they taper down to almost maybe 1/8 of an inch, so they can get down into some very tiny screw holes, and then you don't get the bigger screws that wallow that wood out even more, because then you start getting to where you've taken away too much wood. So they're in the nuts and bolts section, and they're called Screw It Again. They're really, really good. Okay, let's see. There was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. Do the snacks, the screw is bigger. Oh, I guess that was about all. I had a couple more things. Just went right through this stuff. All right. If you're thinking about redoing your cabinets, okay, and you're going to paint them, and you say, man, I do not want to sand them, you don't have to, okay? Crud Cutter makes a product called Gloss Off. Because remember, you can paint oil over latex or latex over oil. You just can't paint on a shiny surface. And that is so true. Let me tell you why I know this. Because I had some gentlemen that came in and they were painting my house, and they were doing all the trim work. And I left them a gallon of primer. And is that my music? I can barely hear it. No. It is? Oh, shoot. Then we're going to have to save this story for next time. So, and it's a really good story. Very exciting. It has a great ending. That's a great one. All right. You've been, we're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing, it will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.